it's been a long time. So good to hear from you. What's been going on? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Wow. Really? No way. Wow, that is totally cool, man. Yeah. So what's been going on here at HRC? Man, a lot has been going on here at HRC. Oh yeah, well you might remember that we paid off our property as the calendar turned to 2009. That was pretty miraculous all on its own. Oh no. I know it's been almost a year, but we don't have a church built there yet. Why not? I guess that's a pretty good question. Well, first we started talking about what to do next as a leadership team, and kind of what happened was God gave Pastor Mike a great strategy. Listen to this: fast and pray. Imagine that. Yeah, totally. So what happened, we got to this place where we were praying through these 6 prayer points. We were seeking wisdom, seeking vision for how to reach our community, kind of hoping God would give us some practical steps that we could take to make it happen, you know, that kind of stuff. And through this time, we even had an all-church time of fasting and prayer during the first week of June. Yeah, that was tough, man. I had never, ever been so hungry. But let me tell you, it totally paid off. Yeah. Kind of what happened then is part of the practical what do we do next turned into a formal campaign that we're calling the Next Steps. Yeah, it almost seems too obvious, doesn't it? Anyway, the Next Steps, it's 4 phases. There's a preliminary phase, there's a DNA phase, a community phase, and a bridge phase. And the prayer points and the fast were part of that preliminary phase. And then we formed a church prayer team. And then kind of the Next Steps team came to fruition in that phase. Yeah, we wrapped that up then and we went into the DNA phase. And kind of what happened then was God led us to do some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen a church do. No, really. We had these focus groups and they met to discuss questions and topics as we discover God's design for Harvest Ridge Church. And like we really wanted to answer the question, why has God called me here? Kind of like, why has God called Harvest Ridge Church and our people to Northwest Indiana? Yeah. Our leadership really wanted to know answers to these questions. It was kind of cool. Oh yeah, and you know what else? If you can totally believe it, God provided funds for our church to take an online survey to measure our key strengths and opportunities for improvement. Oh yeah, we found out some pretty great stuff. We found out that we had some areas to improve upon, and it was really exciting to get some feedback that indicates we have a very healthy church. Certainly more to come on that one. Yeah, so we're getting ready to start this community phase now, and if it's anything like the other phases, we'll find out some really neat things about ourselves as a church, as individuals. We'll also find out about the people that live around us. Like, we really want to meet the needs of people in our community, and this phase will help us understand what those needs are. Totally, man. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm really glad you asked what I've been up to. Getting to share this stuff with you has fired me up all over again. I'm pumped. Yeah, it is exciting. Well, listen, man, I got to get going here. I'm on my way to a meeting. But what do you say we touch base again in a couple months? I can fill you in on the latest. Sounds good, man. All right, it's great catching up with you, Dave. Bye-bye. Man, am I excited. That was pretty cool. So you saw the video last week. This week we got 2 questions with Pastor Mike. So first question we got for you, seeing and hearing about all this Next Steps stuff, how have people been involved up to this point?
Well, in our Next Steps campaign, people have been involved really in 5 major ways. One way is we've developed a Next Steps leadership team where we have a team of people that have done some study and homework and provided a great plan for our church to follow. Another way is we have also launched an intercessory prayer team ministry that meets every week. As part of what that team does, they include every single week as a group praying for the next steps process, along with commitment to prayer for that and other things on a regular basis. A third way that people have been involved is we did a low-level training for a small group of people who led the different focus groups that you alluded to in the video. And these were people that understand the process, bought in, and led many of you in the discussions about such topics. Another way that people have been involved, 4 ways already, would be to participate in those focus groups. Not just for the training, not just for the leading of that, but it was awesome for the people that had an opportunity to maybe voice their opinion, their dreams, maybe thoughts, concerns, things to think about. We really are trying to understand from people what God wants to do in this church, and people participated on that level. And then there was one last way that some of you participated. I think the statistics are 88% of our adults participated in the Transforming Church Index, which was an online survey. So 5 ways people have already participated in the Next Steps campaign.
Wow, that's great. So from this point forward, how can people be involved?
Well, that's a great question. Rather than having 5 options, there's one next level that people can be involved in. We are going into what we call the community phase, and we're looking to develop a group of people that can do some homework in regards to what the needs are in our community. Some of that is doing some work in the community. Others is doing some research online. We can use almost any skill, but the next step is to say, I'll be part of what it takes to find out what the needs are in our community.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for your time today and for being gracious enough to answer those questions.
Thanks.
I'm Curtiss Asbell. This has been 2 Questions with Pastor Mike.
I will praise with all I am, every fiber of my soul, every breath I'll ever take. Because you made it so.